You're listening to Can I Get an Amen Presents 40 Days of Lenten Reflections with me, Christy Fredu, joined by my friends. For the next 40 days, we'll reflect, pray, and prepare our hearts together. Welcome back to the Let There Be Light Lenten series. Today, I have with me Miss Nicole Dubroc. Nicole, thank you for saying yes to this.
Yay, thank you for having me.
It is just such a joy to be able to dive into this book in conversation with God. There's so much richness in these chapters, but so much that speaks to the ordinary person like you and I.
I agree.
And so today we're talking about the temptation of Jesus.
Yes.
So kick us off with what stood out to you the most.
Wow. So the temptation of Jesus, how powerful is that, those words, So as I was reading through these couple of series, the continuous prayer and the humility is what I caught on to through this one, saying as God's grace to overcome any temptation whatsoever is prayer, the Eucharist, and penance. I feel if we can, it's not really basting anything in our Catholic faith because there's always room to grow. I feel if we could practice and make it a habit, it's not really master, it's really a good habit to fulfill God's grace, to receive those things. That's really what stood out to me on this.
I love how you phrase that. I don't know if that's your words or if that's in here. But mastering versus a habit. I think don't you think that growing up Catholic, sometimes as cultural Catholics get so used to the culture of the faith that we forget that the beauty of it being part of our culture and the fact that we witnessed our grandparents and our aunts and, if we're lucky, our family practice those habits. We saw the exterior.
Right.
But we didn't always understand the interior because maybe we weren't there yet with Jesus.
Correct.
But that's what Lent is for. And we're still, we're rounding out the first week of Lent reading this and realizing that just like when we start a new diet or we start something new, we start working out again, that adrenaline kind of gets us going. And then it's like, oh, wait, I'm really tired this morning.
Right.
I don't want to get up and go to the gym again.
Right.
But we have to make it a habit.
It's a habit.
And Lent and our Catholic faith, there's so many resources for us to really access that grace. Often we just have to choose. We have to make the choice.
Correct.
And that's what temptation is. It's like,
absolutely.
What are you going to choose?
What are you going to choose? Correct.
Yeah.
Habit. It's here. He's so close sometimes, and I know for myself, I can speak for myself, and I'm sure for others, he just seems so far away, and we just ask why, where are you? I need you here. But if we just choose, he actually is. Yeah, he's actually here in our laps, so close, just so close,
Yeah.
And just the fulfillment of his grace is just allowing that. It's just, oh man. It's just so hard to even explain it.
Yeah.
That if I can just break off a little piece of me, of that feeling that I felt to give to someone, oh man,
it kind of feels like home.
It does. It's just so warm and just cozy. Yeah, just this is it.
Yeah.
This is life. It's not about big fancy homes and big homes and nice cars and a lot of money. It's I could have all of that, and then when I feel this, it's just take everything else away.
Yeah.
This is all I want.
Yes. So I think too, especially during Lent, because we're having vulnerable moments and there is some vacancy in not grasping for things. Those are the places where the devil kind of tries to sneak in and make us want to believe that God is distant, that God actually isn't here.
Absolutely.
I know so many times I'm like, is this even real? Yeah. Everything's so invisible. What if I'm believing the lie?
Yes.
And that is Satan in the desert with Jesus.
Yes, he is there.
Yeah, he is there. He wants to tempt us to jump off the cliff and save ourselves because it's so easy to focus on what's in front of us as opposed to what we don't see. But that is exactly what faith and hope are required for here on earth.
Absolutely.
And Lent is about latching on to those things.
And letting him. I feel like Lent, I kind of relate it to letting him, take control.
Yeah.
Let's step back and let's let him. It's his, it's his will.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. Is there anything else that stood out to you on today's reading regarding the temptation of Jesus?
So you just spoke about like how the devil, the temptation. I was reading through, and the devil always promises more than he can give. Ooh, yes. So actually, I have to highlight it.
That's so good to remember.
Wow, like this is strong. Like the devil always promises more than he can give. Yeah.
And he takes advantage of our ambitions. Because our ambitions aren't bad things. Our dreams and our desires aren't bad.
They're not.
But if we give him too much room,
Absolutely.
then he will take advantage.
Absolutely.
He teases us with happiness.
With happiness.
That temptation.
But is it real, true happiness? Like what does that feel like?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is disguised. It is. It's tough. Kind of debating is it the devil or is it God? It's so tough to distinguish between the two at times. It is. Because sometimes it does feel so real,
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. And like it says in the closing of today's readings, it says God is always beside us. Like you said, he's always right here in our lap.
In our laps.
Whenever we are confronted with a temptation, he says, be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So when we're feeling that temptation this Lent, we have to remember the hope of what he promises, not the despair and the discouragement.
Correct.
Not to let that take reign of our hearts, and to remember that no matter what, no matter even if we fail and give in to that temptation, that we should still be of good cheer.
Right.
Because he has overcome the world.
Right.
Do you have a reflection question for us that you want to leave us with today?
I do. Oh, let's see. So today's reflection, where am I still trusting my own strength instead of God's grace? And how is Jesus inviting me today to respond to temptation with humility, surrender, and spiritual weapons he has given me? So, yeah.
Let's take out those spiritual weapons.
Yes. A lot of prayer, penance, Eucharist. Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Strong communication drives strong business.
The illusion is that you're the only one having these problems. And the truth is, everyone has problems with
Kirkpatrick Brands equips leaders to speak with clarity, consistency, and confidence. So teams perform better, clients understand value, and your strategy hits every mark. From higher ed to global leaders in business, in 2026, your message is your advantage. Discover how to maximize that message at kirkpatrickbrands.com